everyone, it's Liam Caddleson here as we continue with The Boys, episode number 4, as I think after this we'll be halfway done with this first season. So, yeah, and I've really enjoyed my time with it so far. It's been an amazing 3 episodes that have been super investing, and I'm excited to see where things go further, especially after, of course, that ending of the last episode, which... would not wish for that to happen. We have Popclaw, who obviously was with A-Train, and the situation went down. Of course, Billy has decided that she might be of importance, especially in regards to Compound V. So, quite a messy situation that was at the end of the last episode. Yeah. It was really great, though. We had, I guess, the world's fastest race. Blink and you'll miss it, literally. Of course, some growing, interesting character pushes in regards to not just Annie, as well as the fact that Huey found out that Annie is Starlight, but also there was, of course, focus on Homelander as well. It was really great stuff last episode. So why don't we get into this episode of The Boys? It's episode 4. Let's go. It's like a flashback or yeah, it is, oh.
Come on.
Because I think that I think there was some mention about his partner.
Way. Cunt's invisible. He could be standing in that fucking corner, plugging one out right now.
The sad thing is, he probably would.
You just wait till they're wearing camo. Can't have 2 alpha males, because inevitably someone's...
Say you fucking understand.
I understand. Remind me.
She's not taking his shit whatsoever.
What was our...
He comes back with the sesame noodles. That's all I know.
Well, you better be right, love. Or you and your dearly departed landlord are going to find yourselves on Pornhub. In the fatal cunning lingo.
Oh my god! Yikes!
Sorry, baby, it just works. It's been Come on, Frenchie. Oh, why work so motherfucking hard if you don't have somebody to go home to and sleep next to at night?
Well, I go to sleep next to someone different every night.
Yeah, that's because you an old lonely fucker too. And you're gonna die by yourself.
Well, if you and Monique have something so pure...
Shit! Yeah, whoa! Holy shit! Gee!
Thought it'd be funny to stick a blow-up dolphin in my bed. With lipstick on its blowhole.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Creative pricks.
Why the hell were they dosing her?
Why don't we ask Foie Gras over here?
I think it's just something to,
He's the
like...
one that let her out.
She looks innocent.
Innocent. She's locked up in a cage, underground with 2 armed guards.
I had a feeling about her.
I mean, to be fair,
Frenchie,
that could
you just didn't
indicate
follow the
that
plan. You never follow the
she
plan,
was a
man.
prisoner as well.
Clench your asshole.
You need to eat my clenched asshole. How about
Why
that?
are you two carrying on like a bunch of fucking twats?
She's not a bad person.
Gonna feel like he's betraying
She's
her.
a soup. Just like the fucking rest of them.
Oh, okay.
You can't operate on foreign soil, but a plane hijacked over international waters. If you intercept, no one will protest.
Shit.
If you bring those passengers back alive, not one congressman will have the balls to vote against our bill.
Oh, this is very... yeah, Maeve's...
Campaign.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could just bail on that, right? The deal sucks anyways.
No, we can't.
Listen, I just like to, maybe do something with a little more substance.
Okay.
Yeah?
I hear you. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, he just got shunned.
Deep. Play to your strengths.
Yeah, that's definitely knocking that confidence out of him.
Look, I love you. You know I do. I've loved you since first time
Oh,
that we
really?
met.
I heard you at the race. No girlfriend. Open to offers.
Ooh.
I have to say those things.
Yeah,
you know
it
this?
was what I was
They make
speculating in the last
My
episode.
brand.
It's like they are pushing for him to say this shit. Oh boy.
Money, Petty, special deal.
Uh-oh. Oh. Fucking hell!
Hilarious. Dolphins ahoy.
You were... I'm sorry, that aim...
What's translucent like?
I'm with his son.
Oh,
Got a son?
Yeah.
oh
early divorce.
shit.
About 10. Hunter or Maverick or something like that.
Well, this is not going to help his guilt. Oh, shit.
Get a round of applause for Queen Maeve.
This is just uncanny.
Captain?
Like, is he dead? Oh, he just disintegrated him. I mean, he did shoot the guy, and now things are fucked.
ATC!
Can he not carry the plane?
Lift the plane? How? There's nothing to stand on. It's fucking air.
I don't know, fly at it, ram it straight.
That kind of speed.
Because Superman.
His ass over
Yeah.
10, or I'll punch straight through the hull.
Oh wow! Oh wow! There is his commentary here.
That was a big one. Everything's fine.
He's gonna let them die.
Of course I'm gonna save you. You betcha. I'm gonna save everyone here. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Maeve is not really. Oh, I can't blame her for feeling comfortable with this. Shit. Shit. You're just gonna let him die.
No, you stay back. All of you, stay back. You stay the fuck back, or I'll laser you, goddammit. I'll laser every fucking one of you. Stay back.
There's that fear into the people. So yeah, now they have to die in his. Fuck. This is fucked up. Oh my god. That is fucked. Jesus, Homelander. What the shitballs?
Homicide.
You got here fast?
Yeah, it was on the squawker.
What's with the accent?
What's with yours?
Whoa.
You say you bowled a lot, and, you know, you have, like, superpowers, yet you are a remarkably shitty bowler.
Hey, you can't talk with the way
You know
you
what I think's
bowled
happening?
earlier.
I think you're holding back for some weird, not gonna show me up on a first date reason. You wanna quit stroking my ego and show me what you really got?
Oh, wow.
I jump buses, trains. Anything to get back to Marseille. To Momo. But every time you find me. So I know what it's like to want to go home.
Oh, Frenchie. That some really powerful stuff getting divulged here.
Let me help you.
Is she gonna bolt like she's still got a lot of fear? I think she can she's starting to understand. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
On it. And scream if you want to go faster.
And she's with a fucking team principal who
You see, when they're apart,
is a
they're
pain in the
absolute
ass.
fucking rubbish. But
I think I got the right one.
you put them together, they're the goddamn fucking Spice Girls.
How do you know so much about the Spice Girls?
What do you say? We go find that dirty little bitch, gas her ass, and get the fuck out of here.
I mean, there are these. We've got to think of
Jesus, he gives the worst pep talks.
He really does.
Oh my god, what the... No! I should not be laughing at this, but... Oh no. Oh! What was that fucking sequence of events? I mean, I'm disturbed and it yet is like... This is why I'm saying... Oh! Ah, fuck. Well, she did encounter a train. A train.
No, Frenchie. Forget it, mate. She's fucked.
She is, with the amount of times and the rapid speed he's slamming her head in the wall. Oh, nice. Worth a shot, Frenchie, but... Eek.
She ain't no Spice Girl.
If NORAD called us before they scrambled jets, then we could have saved them.
Oh,
123
wow.
men, women, and children. Excuse me.
But if
Fucking-
they let us into the military,
Fucking power play.
Happen again.
and the world hears you. And very, very soon, my friend, whoever did this to us will hear from all of us.
Yeah, I'm with you, babe. I'm with you. Fucking audacity of this bitch. Jesus. I mean, he's playing on the tragedy arc to make sure that the chances of, them being put at the forefront raises high. Everyone's going to be remarking on the tragedy and the hurt a lot more. I mean, it's so easy to be like, okay, if we save lives, then this can surely prove so, but they're going to play on the tragedy to be like, well, this can't happen again. It's either you keep putting people at risk and deny us, or we can make sure that this shit doesn't happen again. And it's so sour because of the fact that he had the opportunity to save those people. But he had them all killed, all for a greater purpose, essentially. He had this in mind. He was like, I know what to do. I know that the people are going to be absolutely thrown. They're going to be absolutely torn apart. They're going to be thrown about this travesty. And because they look at me as, I guess, a symbol of peace and all of that, I gotta make this statement, and I'm gonna use this to my advantage. And Stillwell's advantage as well. Like, she was like, he had one fucking job, and then as soon as she heard his words, she was like, you know what? That son of a bitch, that crazy son of a bitch. You could see the smile. Audacious, yes, but it works for her. And it's fucking despicable. Foy. Oy. I am loving this show more and more. But foy, that was a cold ending. Good stuff. There was just a lot of amazing moments with this episode. Like, even the Huey bit, which, obviously, I feel like that, had less of a substance, compared to a lot of other events during this episode, as well as, the deep stuff as well. That really didn't pack much substance as well. But I think I liked, obviously, Huey's story more because I empathize with him, not so much with the deep. So, yeah. But we'll get talking about that because there's a certain scene. We need to talk about that. But yeah, even Huey's bit was very, very impactful. Like, especially with the fact that obviously he's not over what happened to Robin, and the fact that with him killing Translucent, finding out that he had a kid, it's put this mindset of, oh, fuck, what did I just do, into his mind. Because now a kid has, not only has, the world looks at Translucent as a hero and all of that, and there's already a bit of weight on the shoulders there. Not only that though, but once, of course, there is that matter of finding of if the Seven find out that Huey was the one to pull the trigger, then yeah. But now he's left a kid without a dad, and it's it is very, very difficult for him to separate what happened and who Translucent was to him being a father to someone and all of that. And obviously it's still a lot for him to bear. Yeah, obviously he did have that moment where he killed him, but it's not like he's gonna that is the moment he shuts off his emotions. We're seeing it throughout the show where there is a lot of PTSD that he is suffering from over the course of the boys. So and he is really, really struggling. So I am really liking the fact that we are seeing him, we are seeing this kind of side of him fleshed out and all of that, and we are seeing those kind of human layers in a world where that is not really a prevalent situation, especially when it comes to someone like Homelander. You've got a lot of people look up to him and expect him to have that kind of human, to be that symbol of hope, etc. And we'll get onto that in a minute because, of course, there was an important bit in this episode in regards to him. But yeah, there's also going to be a lot of guilt in regards to spying on Annie as well. He really does like her, and I feel like Annie is a really, really wonderful soul. But of course, especially with the fact that he saw Robin, of course, it does, not only is there going to be a bit, is there already that guilt in terms of, spying on her, but there's already a bit of that guilt in terms of moving on from her as well, to Annie as well. So it is just a very, very interesting story we are picking up on Huey as well. So yeah, but obviously we had that situation with the female. I think she was called, and how intense! I can't even stress that enough. She was boy. It was brutal. It was really, really brutal. With the way that she dealt with those guards when she was locked away, and the damage she did to that woman. So, there is some, obviously, there was the situation with Compound V in her as well, and how her head wasn't minced meat when A-Train just repeatedly bashed her head into the wall. That was fui. But, yeah, she was freaking intense, and I really did like how Frenchie was opening up to her. Of course, things went a bit south on both occasions, I would say. Although the second time was a bit more intense because of the fact that we know what the female is like, and thankfully, both Frenchie and the female were put to sleep. But I did really like how he tried to open up and resonate with her, with the fact that he was dealing with his own experiences and was trying to get to her. So yeah. But I gotta say, the Spice Girls bit was just top stuff. I just really loved it. Might not have sold it with Mother's Milk and French, but I think he got the point there. I mean, yeah. It is a very, very tough gig at the minute. But we're not gonna fare better solo than we are together. Yeah, we might have our we might have our differences and whatnot, and we saw that explored with Frenchie and Mother's Milk in the last episode, and things just got heated in this episode. But they've got to stick together. This is all for the greater good. Also, very interesting, of course, how we got into some backstory with Billy's partner as well. So obviously you're bound to explore that a bit further. But yeah, there was a very, very poignant side there. So yeah, but overall that whole bit was just really, really, really great stuff as well. So yeah, but like I said, in regards to the female, she was just really, really incredible. So like in terms of like just how she's gonna be for sure, I feel, a side on a side of good for Billy's team, of course, especially to win one over against the Seven. So I feel like I feel like she is definitely going to be a fundamental nature, but damn, she was just intense. So but yeah, and there was, of course, the whole situation with the Deep. I mean, obviously there was that situation at the beginning of his story where he felt redundant and all of that, and there is this push for confidence for him. So, deep down he does have that insecure feeling and all of that, and he feels like a joke, etc. Kind of taking certain aspects of Aquaman, I guess, especially with the whole fish thing. Not that we empathize with him whatsoever. I mean, it is very, very difficult to ever empathize with a piece of shit like him, especially with what he did in the first couple of episodes. Although this episode tries to push that boundary, it doesn't really, solidify anything in terms of, okay, I'll feel a bit of sorrow for him. I don't really. So, yeah. I mean, if you eliminated, if that was the only thing going for him, the whole confidence thing, obviously you would. But obviously we know that he can be a real bastard and all of that. Though deep down inside, he does have that confidence situation. So, yeah, and the dolphin bit, like at the end, was just, I mean, yeah, it went from one extreme to the other, because there was that vibe, there was that weird vibe, of course, and there was that joke in Peacemaker, of course, where Peacemaker said to Aquaman, "Go fuck another fish, asshole." That's what the Deep probably has done. I mean, this show holds no punches whatsoever, so and this was more so speculating on rumor for Peacemaker. This is completely different. This, like I said, this show has no fucking this is a no holds barred show basically. So he's probably fucked many a dolphin in his time. Though I wasn't prepared to see what would happen next with that dolphin just flying through the windscreen. And then just getting hit with that it was a bizarre sequence of events, which, yeah. So that was a really, really bizarre sequence, which, yeah, was really, really intense. But yeah, we also had that bit with Homelander, which, especially on the plane scene, which it was, See, it was very, very interesting because I loved the meta commentary in regards to Maeve trying to, Maeve talking about ways that he could save everyone and all of that, like lift the plane and all of that. Like obviously that would be a reference to Superman, and then you've got Homelander saying there's nothing to stand on and all of that, and there's all of these kind of shutdowns to all of these all of these ways that you'd have Superman or Supergirl save a plane full of passengers on and all of that. So yeah, there's a more grounded level in terms of Homelander's approach, in terms of there's nothing to stand on. I'm not going to be able to like hold the plane or whatever. So there's a more grounded level. But when he saw the controls just absolutely out of commission, he was like, well, this is it. I mean, there's nothing much we can do, really. And then, of course, you had that ending bit where he used the PR situation to his advantage. I mean, the characterization of Homelander is just absolutely insane from these first 4 episodes. And I think this was, like, for the time being, because of course we're going to exploit it even further, so yeah, but this was the cherry on top, especially when you have that kind of symbol of hope. You've got a crowd of passengers who are just like in awe, like everything's going to be a-okay because Homelander's here, and he's giving these people false hope. So yeah, it was just really, really insane. And then of course he does that bit at the very end. He uses the tragic element of what happened to those passengers as an advantage, not only making Stillwell happy, but also getting politicians in a state of mind where they can consider this situation. Because he's like, if this would not have happened, if I was like in this in a military situation, this would not have happened. If you gave this a bit more of a push forward, then all of these people would have been saved. So he is really forcing these politicians' hands, and not just that though, but he knows deep down that people are going to be absolutely distraught. They are going to be absolutely consumed with emotion over a tragedy, more so than, hey, I've just saved all of these people's lives, everyone is saved, etc. So and that's and not just that though, but that might rally the people as well. That's going to inspire people with his PR stint. That's going to inspire the people, saying, oh, let people into the military, let these supers into the military, let them fight for it so no more tragedies happen like this. So this is fueling more and more people. It was a very, very crude turn of events, but it made Stillwell fucking happy, so yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was very, very interesting because I feel like there could be this debate on, could he have saved people, etc. Like, was he right? Was he wrong in terms of, I probably, like, you were seeing Maeve trying to calculate so many different options. Okay, just fly people back and forth and all of that. And I'm thinking about the amount of force that is going to be utilized for the average person in terms of Homelander's speed and all of that. They're not going to survive that, surely. So again, they're trying to put down this kind of grounded version whilst still maintaining these kind of soups aspect, if that makes sense, because you saw Maeve try to bring up the classic Superman kind of shtick in terms of, like, okay, there's a plane full of people and the plane is descending at a rapid rate, what are you going to do about it? And she's bringing classic examples, and then Homelander just tries to shut down those opinions, saying it's too impossible to do so. So Especially when you consider, of course, the strength of Homelander. It's, you know, if I could tear this plane apart, etc. So yeah, I do love the fact that they are coming up with these kind of twists to defy the typical Superman trope, basically. Or even just, your typical way of saving people, like, oh, they're going to go the cliched way. Homelander just evades that and tries to use, I guess, a realistic aspect of things. So, yeah. But it was just very, very messed up when he gave all those people hope and all of that. And he's like, everything's going to be fine. And he knew that they're not going to be fine. Like, it's like, you're all going to be fine. He gave them false hope. And Maeve, like, was very, very uncomfortable. And I'm getting more and more impressed with Maeve. Especially with the fact that she does seem like the more... Like, I mean, I mentioned it before that she was the more benevolent member of the Seven, seemingly. I mean, there's Annie as well. But in terms of, I guess, the original lineup, Maeve does have her qualms. And that was definitely shown in this episode. Like, even during the PR stint, she was shaking her head. You could see it subtly, but she was shaking her head like, what a fucking dick. But obviously she tried to save those people. Homelander knew... Look, realistically, you could probably maybe save those people, but given what has just happened, I'm not willing to let my reputation go down the toilet. They're gonna have to die because they've seen basically my true face, because he lashed out at those people when his eyes lit up saying, you stay the fuck back. I gave you an order, you stay the fuck back, you listen to me. So they can't live. And it's fucked up. So... yeah. But it was really, really brutal, especially with how he manipulated all those people into hope. And, it's all that aspect of you give us hope and then you just take it away so cruelly. So, foy. But it was a very, very interesting situation as well. Like, in terms of... In terms of how we dealt with this plane dilemma, where, typically you see it like, there's a Superman kind of character. Oh, I know how this is going to go down. And then Homelander just shuts down those possibilities, saying, look, you could do that, but the chances are these people are going to die if I do this shit. There's nothing to stand on if I just, hold the plane and all of that. And if I, try to push the plane and all of that, the strength of me is probably going to annihilate this plane, thus killing these people. There's nothing I can do. The planes are... the control for the plane is shot. They're fucked, basically. And he just revels in this. So, yeah. And you just see him basically accept the fact that the only way out of this, bolt. So, yeah, but it was just really, really intense. Just seeing just seeing that plane situation unfold. It was very, very morbid. It was very brutal. And he was just so cold about it, wasn't he? So, yeah. He had to he had to basically accept it and knew that, well, this is the reality of the situation. The best thing I could do is just give them false hope, and that is fucking brutal, because you saw you saw the people catch on, like, oh my god, he's leaving us, and he's just trying to mitigate the damage as much as possible, and yet they still were, and not just that though, but seeing the amount of bodies in the ocean was just absolutely fucked. I mean, obviously, when you saw how many people were on the plane, you're going to expect, especially everyone dying on the plane, a mass amount of casualties. But there's just something so chilling seeing, like, all these people just their corpses just swimming in the ocean. It's just, oy. But yeah, another stunning whopper of an episode for the boys. I'm really gelling more and more towards this show. Like, even if the characters are right bastards like Homelander can be, there is the way that they just construct his character is just really intense and wonderfully done. So yeah, it just really is a really neat show that I am really glad that I'm getting myself into. So yeah, but great episode. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time.